hello everyone. Welcome, community members. And I hope you have your favorite coffee or tea with you because you're watching this session at the comfort of your homes. And we have some serious knowledge unpacking at GDG Udaipur's event today. So, welcome to the Brown Bag Session 1. My name is Punita Ucha, and I'm organizer at GDG Udaipur and WTM Udaipur. And I love bringing these amazing events to you. I'm your host for today, and I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome you to this virtual gathering of brilliant minds. We are kicking off a series designed to give you a shining spotlight to the first time speakers and new voices. And trust me, today's lineup is going to fill your day with amazing knowledge today. And by the end of the session, you'll have emotions of wow, that's what I call an unpacked lunch. So, our first speaker is someone who helps us talk to machines so they don't think that we are rambling. Please give a huge virtual round of applause to the incredible Ashmita Pandey. Ashmita is an upcoming software engineer, a BTech wizard from CTI Udaipur, and a community growth enthusiast. She is passionate about using AI and software to create real world impact outside of work. And she's busy reading, mentoring, and turning fantastic ideas into action. Today, Ashmita is going to unravel the mysteries of prompt engineering for beginners and how we can talk to AI better. Get ready to level up your AI conversations. Ashmita, the virtual stage is all yours. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Punita, for the kind words. Today, I am very excited to be here to talk about something that's revolutionizing how we work and create prompt engineering. Whether you are a complete beginner or have dabbled with AI tools like Gemini before, by the end of this session, you will know how to craft prompts that can turn your vague ideas into amazing results. So, let's start with the very basics. What exactly is prompt engineering? You can think of prompt engineering as the art of giving clear instructions to AI. It's not magic, it's just about strategic communication. Like if you ask, draw a cat, you might get a scribble. But if you explicitly mention the context, like draw a fluffy cat wearing sunglasses in a pop art style, the AI delivers exactly what you are imagining. The better you prompt, the better is the output. So you must be thinking why it matters. Like why should we invest our time in learning about it? Let me give you a little bit context about it. That AI does not think like humans do. It does not understand the context or nuance unless we provide it. Like think of it like giving think of you can think of it like giving directions to a literal minded assistant. If you will say bring me something to eat, you might get anything from an apple to a raw potato. But if you say, please bring me a cold green apple from the fridge, you get exactly what you want. So the key idea here is that with AI, the quality of your input directly determines the quality of your output. So better instructions we give, better results we get. And it's not magic, it's about learning to communicate in a way that AI can understand and respond effectively. So we all know Sir Albert Einstein. It's a quote from him that perfectly captures why we are here today. He once said that if he had to spend 55 minutes, if he had 1 hour to solve a question, he would spend 55 minutes defining the question and 5 minutes solving it. Prompt engineering is that 55 minutes. A well-framed question is half the battle won with AI. And the time we spend carefully formulating a question is not wasted. It's an investment that pays off in better answers. Let me give you a real world example. Like imagine using an AI to help plan a vacation. If I say, tell me about Paris, I might get a textbook answer, like a textbook overview. But if I say, I am planning a 3-day trip to Paris in spring with I have around $2,000 budget, suggest an itinerary with unique local experiences. Suddenly, you get responses you can actually use. So this principle applies whether you are using AI for writing, coding, research, or creative projects. The upfront work of crafting a good prompt saves your time in revisions and gets you the useful results faster. So, before diving into prompt engineering more, I want to give a little background about AI because once we know what is happening behind the scenes, once we know how the tools are implementing, it will be much easier for us to implement those. to use those tools, right? So, what is AI? AI stands for artificial intelligence. We all know that, but it is like a super smart assistant that we already use in our everyday lives. Yes, think of it as a you can think of it as a digital assistant with three key skills. Like one, first is problem solving. Second, pattern recognition, and third, learning. Let me give you an example that how in our day-to-day life we are already using those. First point was problem solving. So we all use Google Maps these days. It helps us in finding the fastest route during rush hour. How does it do that? Via problem solving. Pattern recognition. We all use Netflix or any other Amazon or any other tools. It has a recommendation system. How it does that? It recognizes the patterns. Like it noticed that you watch thrillers on Fridays, so it recommend you thriller movie only and thriller series only. On Fridays, it will not recommend you rom com or any other series. And third one, learning. It learns from our feedback and answers. Like for example, in our keyboard, it predicts what we are going to type next. So like Grammarly is writing suggestions, improving its answers based on our feedback. So these are the three main key skills of AI which we use in most of our tasks. Like let me give you an example that when I was doing engineering, like when I was first year, I used to read research papers, and in order to write a summary of those, it used to take weeks to even summarize one research paper. But with AI, I just have to give a prompt to AI or any model, AI model, that can you analyze 100 research papers, and it will overnight do that for me. Sometimes it is something that used to take weeks manually to do that manually. And even for professionals also, tools like Copilot write a code for login page into functional snippets, saving hours of time. Yeah, but here's a catch, that AI is a tool, not a master. It does not know everything. It learns from the spam. It learns what spam looks like, and it spots shady emails and plans to block them. So that's a learning skill of AI, and it implements based on its learning. Yeah. So the formal definition of AI is computer systems or machines able to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. So it mimics human intelligence, but let's compare it to something we all know, our GPS. It has three functions, AI: plan, analyze, and adjust. For planning, let's like GPS, maps the route that where we want to go. And analyzing part, it also detects the traffic, like how much traffic is. It compares traffic on different routes, and it gives us the best route. Also adjust, like it reroutes when there is a roadblock or is there is a construction going on in certain route, so that we get a better response from GPS. Yeah, so these are the three main functions: plan, analyze, and adjust. Let me give you one example. If I'll say suggest do my homework to AI, what will the output be? It will ask me for like for what subject hoga homework is. And where prompt engineering shines. That if I explicitly mention, if I'll give it the context, if I'll mention the details, the output I'll get is much better, and with less revisions. Otherwise I'll have to do many iterations in order to get the best results. uh, then types of AI. There are majorly three types of AI. Like AI comes in three flavors. One is narrow AI. It is the specialist. It is the most common form of AI used in our everyday life. Like it's also called weak AI because it is designed to perform specific task or set of related tasks. It's called narrow because it operates over a narrow or limited range of conditions. It does one job perfectly, like Google Assistant setting alarms. If I'll ask Google Assistant to send a message, it might not do that very efficiently or very efficiently. or suggest me a movie recommendation, it might do that not do that very efficiently, because that it is best in one set of functions, right? It cannot do broad functions for me. So it's highly efficient within their specific domain, but cannot outshell out of them. Yeah, perform. Then general AI. This is a mythical all-rounder. It does not exist yet. Yes, you can think of it as a sci-fi robots. It's also called strong or human level AI, because it's a hypothetical AI that possesses the ability to understand, it can understand, it can learn, it can apply knowledge across broad range of tasks. We are still far from achieving it, but yeah, it can replicate a human being and perform all the tasks, wide broad range of tasks. Super AI. It is still theoretical, but it is already being used
Okay, folks, if we are facing a technical glitch, I'll quickly check with Ashmita on this one. Okay, folks, Ashmita will be back with us just in a while. There's some issue. Meanwhile, we have Raj from Gurugram joining us. Welcome, Raj. So that's one amazing thing about online events that everyone who is here can join from any part of the world, and we are all same distance apart. So that is one of the most beautiful things about online events. Others also keep telling us you're joining from which city. Okay, we have Ashmita back. Ashmita, can you also put your presentation up? So I'll be able to add it to the stage. And meanwhile, for everyone joining us, I'll just brief you about what exactly is Brown Bag Session. So this is our new initiative that we have brought up um, just to just to encourage first time speakers and new speakers to keep coming and sharing their thoughts. Yes, Ashmita, your presentation is up and you can present it. Can you go to the presentation mode now? So there's also a link in the description section of this live URL of YouTube, where the forms for expressing your interest to becoming a first-time speakers are up. Feel free to fill those forms. And yes, Ashmita, I pass it to you. Your presentation is all live and up. Go ahead.
Am I live?
Yeah, you're already live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for the disturbance. Yeah, let's continue
Go
from where
ahead.
we
Go ahead. No
left.
worries.
Machine learning. We were discussing about machine learning. It is the brain's learning system. Like, this is how AI learns from the experience without being explicitly programmed. Like a baby learning to walk by trial and error, ML improves through practice. Like, if you how it works internally, it trains on data. It analyzes thousands of cat dog photos to tell them apart and adapts. Like, if you thumb down a recommendation, it will recommend the same photo to 10 people. it adjusts for the suggestions based on the previous feedback. So this is how ML executes. ML is a of the learning system. Then computer's vision. It is AI's eyes. Yes. This lets AI see and interpret visual data just like we see things around us and we interpret it via our brain. So it's like teaching a toddler to recognize top signs but at superhuman speed. Yes. It is very quick. It happens in millions of milliseconds. Like its use cases, you must be knowing self-driving cars. It stop pedestrians, traffic lights, and roadblocks in fraction of milliseconds. One more example is healthcare. It analyzes X-rays for tumors, sometimes more accurately than doctors. Yes, trust me, it has happened. And in retails also, like go stores track what you pick up and bill you automatically. Yes, and one more vision that your phone scans your face like a digital fingerprint. Yes, so that's how it executes with the help of computer vision only. And then there's NLP. NLP is natural language processing. It's AI's ears and mouth. Yes, like we have ears and mouth. NLP helps AI understand and generate human language faster. Someone who speaks 100 languages fluently and never gets tired. So that is what natural language processing is, and how it powers our daily tools. Like there is a lot of examples. For example, chatbots. It handles customer service queries 24/7 without getting tired. Voice assistant like Google Assistant respond to play workout music versus I need gym tunes differently, right? And sentiment analysis. Like brand uses it to gauge customer emotions and reviews. So there are multiple use cases of NLP also. Robotics. It is AI's body, like hands, legs, etc. Robotics gives AI a physical form to interact with the world, like giving a brain a pair of hands also, so that it can actually interact with the environment and perform functions. Its key applications are manufacturing, like robot arm assemble cars with precision. Yeah, you must have seen it. I think in many countries it's happening these days. Even a vacuum cleaner learns your. Hello, is there any disturbance? Yeah,
Go ahead. That was the meat
but
calling. Go ahead. No, no worries. Go ahead.
yes. Sorry. So key applications, as we discussed, are like in manufacturing, also in healthcare sections, also in home, also in like vacuum cleaners and all. But there is a limitation in robots also. Like they still struggles with tasks that human find easy, like folding laundry. It's a very easy task. Opening door, it's a very easy task for us. But robots, but yeah, in near future we'll be overcoming that also. Then coming to the next component, which is reasoning. It's AI's logic center. This is AI's ability to solve problems and make decisions. Like a chess grandmaster calculating 10 moves ahead, and everything from traffic routes to stock trades, everything. Like it makes logical decisions before only. One very common example is Google Maps. It chooses the fastest route by analyzing traffic, accidents, and road closures. So how does it do that? Via reasoning, because AI have a reasoning model in it. And in finance also we can use it. Like AI trade stocks based on market patterns human might miss. AI can take care of that also. Then knowledge representation. It is AI's memory bank. How AI organizes and recalls information efficiently. Like you can think of it as a librarian who instantly knows where every book is. Even if you ask, find me a book like Harry Potter but with dragons, it will get you. How? Because it has stored it in memory, right? So we can easily look for it. And how it is used. One use case is search engines. Like we interact with a number of times in a day, right? So what happens in search engine also, it understands, like you must have noticed that it understands that Apple could mean fruit or a tech company based on the context we give it. It makes the decisions very precisely. In medical also, medical AI also, it links symptoms to potential diagnosis. Like for example, if you have fever plus rash, it could be a possible symptom of chickenpox. Yeah, so AI plays a crucial role in these domains also, with the help of its memory bank, which is knowledge representation. Even in my last company, we have used it specifically for CRM software. That we use it to connect clients' history with sales opportunities automatically, and it really boosted our revenue. So these components, like we have discussed all the components now, and these work together like parts of human body. As we discussed, machine learning is the brain, computer vision is the eyes, NLP the ears and mouth, robotics are the hands and legs, reasoning is decision making ability, and knowledge representation is the memory. So together they create complete AI systems that can perceive, understand, and interact with the world. Yeah. So uh, now we understood okay how AI works, but you must not be aware, intentionally or unintentionally we interact with AI application or smart machines daily. Let's explore now how AI silently powers tools we use daily, often without us even realizing it. These aren't futuristic concepts, they are just technologies you are likely interacted with today also. For example, fraud detection. Imagine you are a bank security guard watching thousands of transactions per second. Is it possible? No. For a human, it's not possible. That's where AI steps in. It learns your spending habits. Example, if I buy coffee in Udaipur at 8 a.m., if somebody from my account suddenly tries to buy a $5,000 Rolex in Tokyo, AI flags it instantly. And that's how we can save a lot of frauds from the system. One great example of it is a company called PayPal uses AI to block $4 billion in fraud annually, and the process is automatic with the help of AI. That's like we are stopping a hacker from draining 80,000 bank accounts. It's huge, and the use case is really awesome. In SMS word recommendation also, you must have noticed that our phone predicts your next word. That's AI making your text faster and less typo prone. Like it happens to me a lot that I use like see you at to it, or suggest me eight the cafe or tomorrow. So that's because of AI only. Social media recommendation. We all use social media. For example, Instagram. It shows that perfect dog video right when you need a mood boost. So it is not magic. AI is behind that curtain. And how it works is that it tracks your behavior. For example, if you watch baking reels for 10 seconds but skip gym content, it will personalize the next content for you. It will put more baking related feeds in your feed and avoid the gym content. So it uses pattern recognition to curate your feed. And I can also give you a real world analogy of this concept, that it's like a librarian who notices you always check out mystery novels, and it starts reserving new releases for you. But one more thing on this, there is a dark side also, that this can create filter bubbles where you only see the content that aligns with your views or likings. It creates a boundary to explore more because of the algorithm. Then the next example is Google search. We all use it a lot of times in a day. Google's AI does not it does not just match keywords. It understands the intent. Like if you are searching best running shoe for flat feet, AI will analyze millions of reviews, prioritize sites like those who are mostly ranked. It prioritizes those websites, and it even considers your location to show local stores, and it does all of that within milliseconds, fraction of seconds. Yes. And one tip I have for you on that note, that if you want to force exact match to your search, then you can use single quotes at start and end of your search. It will help you get the exact results without the interference of AI to guess the best guess result. Yeah. And self-driving cars, like it was a only a like thought earlier, but now it's possible with AI. And AI is not just driving, it's making 2000 more than 2000 decisions per second. Like cameras spot a pedestrian, AI calculates braking distance, and it happens so quick that a human being cannot even compete with that. And even if any obstacle comes, it makes distance very quickly. You can imagine it like teaching a teen to drive, but the catch here is that it has 360-degree vision and it never gets distracted by text. Yes, but there are some edge cases also that AI struggles with. But so that is why human oversight is always crucial, and it cannot be replaced as of now. Yeah, Gen AI. This is a very cool world we are listening these days. Uh, it is nothing. I'll tell you very honestly, it is nothing but a creative cousin of regular AI only, which we discussed till now. Gen AI is an AI that creates new content like text, images, code, etc. Unlike traditional AI that analyzes data, it generates new data. Like you must have used Gemini. We can curate, we can ask for stuff, it can answer it as if it has. We can ask for any recipe, we can ask it to write an essay, so it can generate content for us also. Yeah. So, but you must be thinking, ki, how does it create such human-like content? So, the magic of that lies in large language models. Also, one fun fact now that AI once wrote a Eminem-style rap about cats, and it went viral. I think you must have saw that also, and I really find it very nice. It was replicating the Eminem style. Now, LLM. LLM are large language models. They are specialized Gen AI for language. They are trained on billions of books, articles, and websites, billions of data. It predicts the next word in a sequence, like supercharged autocomplete. Like when you type the sky is, it automatically predicts blue. You can think of it as a chef who have tasted every dish over the years, and it can recreate flavors also. But it might make odd ingredients like this is a concept called hallucination. We will discuss it about later on. So yeah, let's now discuss more about it. Under the hood of LLM, so the prediction power comes from a clever architecture called sequence to sequence model. This is a very traditional and old school model, but it does magic. It brings magic in how LLMs execute their task. For example, whenever a user gives an input to perform a particular task, it goes through four processes. Like first, the input comes, it encodes it via encoder, it decodes it via decoder, and then we receive the output. For example, the encoder understands the input, like reading a question, and the decoder it generates the output word by word like answering. And it also has an attention mechanism that focus on words. Like if I mentioned that highlighting important notes, it will highlight important notes in that. So you can think of a translator reading a sentence, that is encoder, then speak it in another language, that is a decoder, and remembering it, that is attention mechanism I just mentioned. So yeah, why should you care about the, like why are we investing our time in studying about it? Like why should we learn more about it? So like in chats, just raise your hand if you have ever gotten a confusing or irrelevant AI response, and then we'll discuss why that happens and how come we overcome that, so that we can reduce the revisions we make by iterating over prompts and asking it again and again. We can save a lot of time and effort from our side. Yeah, I think you must all have answered. Let's discuss why it matters. Because it matters because see, if we write a bad prompt, example of a bad prompt is if I have a midterm exam and I am telling it help me study, it will give me generic tips which it gives to everyone. Will it be beneficial for me? It might be, and it might not be. It is because it is not curated for me, right? So if I want it to answer for my needs, I'll give it a prompt like create a 30-minute study plan for my chemistry midterm covering chapters 3 to 5 only, with 10 quiz questions in each chapter. Now you'll see the magic. It gives me exactly what I need. Yes. One more professional example I can give you of industry usage can be like instead of saying telling AI that analyze sales data, if you will mold it in such a way that compare Q3 2023 sales to Q3 2022 sales and highlight top three growth areas and suggest reason, it will really give you awesome analysis based data, and it is very useful for us. I myself has also checked that, and it really helps. So that's the need of prompt engineering and writing good prompts. It saves a lot of time. So let's now discuss why it matters and what benefits it brings for us. First, it saves time. Yes. If you know how to prompt in a good way, there is no need of 10, 20 revisions, really. For example, once when I was not aware of the concept of writing good prompts, I used to ask stuff like write a meeting agenda. Now it is a generalized question and it will give me a generalized answer, and I'll have to reiterate it, revise the prompts again and again. So instead of that, if I what I'll do, what I adapted that a new like the prompt engineering basics, that write a 15-minute sprint meeting agenda with time slots, and my job is done. It will give me exactly what I need. So it's just that we have vague ideas in mind, we want to implement it. It's just how we prompt in a better way. Second is boost quality. Like we get usable outputs, like for example, precision. It transform our vague ideas into actionable outputs. But if we explicitly mention what we need, if we precisely mention, if we precisely tell it our needs, and provide the context, we'll get a very awesome result. Then empowerment. Even beginners can solve complex tasks. Like even if you are new, if you want an application and you don't know coding, you don't know how to make a align, how to make a presentation, it can all be done via AI only. And in this session I'll also show you some demos of those. Now anatomy, sorry, prompt is like we discussed till now, why now you must have understood what is a prompt. It's an instruction given to LLM to generate a response which we need. That is our output. Now let's discuss anatomy of a good prompt, like what makes like perfect prompts, how what makes a perfect prompt. Yeah, so we can think of it like a burger. Yeah, we all have like we all eat burgers. So the bun of the burger is the instruction. For example, if I want to write an essay on some specific topic, so the instruction is write a 300 word blog. That is my instruction to the AI. Now the stuffing, which is different for every burger, so that is the context which we have to give. So for example, I want to write a blog for first time pet owners. That is my context which I'm giving to the AI, and there's a stuffing of the burger. And the cheese of the burger is details, like how much detailing I can provide to enhance the output, and bring my thought process into results. Like in that essay include 3 puppy training tips also. So that will make it more informative and according as per my needs. It is revised. And the toppings of the burger is the format. Like if I want to tell it that use bullet points and footprints emoji also, then it will use that. So like what was my idea in my mind, that my idea was that I wanted an article, I wanted a blog, 300 words blog on first time pet owners. But how the prompt I gave it defines what output will I get and how much efficiency I'll get in my output. For example, the prompt I just shared: write a 300 word blog for first time pet owners, include 3 puppy training tips, and use bullet points and emojis. Yeah. For the best practices. In order to get desired output, we also need to follow the best practices. Like ask clear, specific, and concise questions to guide the conversation effectively, and leverage the iterative nature of these models by refining your prompts to achieve the desired output. Like for example, if we have provided a prompt and it is not giving the desired outcome, don't type that it is not good, do it again. It will not help you. What will help you is that redefine the prompt now. That's how iteration will help you, lead you to get the desired outcome. Then cross-check the information provided, as AI can sometimes generate incorrect, inaccurate, or fabricated content, which is also known as hallucination. So we should always cross-check in the information, because sometimes AI makes up facts also, which is hallucination. So, and if the AI response is not what you expected, try rephrasing the question to approach the topic from a different angle and not saying do it again. That will not lead to any improvement in your response. Then ask the model to mimic a particular style or persona to get response in a tone or manner that suits your preference. Yes, this also helps you a lot. That you can make a prompt like be a director and write a suspenseful story about a lost backpack. Like this, you are asking AI to perform a role of a director, and it will do it very effectively if we tell it if we ask them explicitly. Also, one more example that's coming to my mind now is explain like I am 15. So it will explain the concept. Like I wanted to study quantum mechanics, but if I say explain it to me like I'm 15, or I say explain using pasta analogies, it will give me funny examples and it will explain me in that particular way only, which I like. So that is a very superpower which AI gives us. Yeah, now good prompt versus bad prompt. So what we have discussed, what makes a good prompt: specificity. It gives control to us to decide what output we really want. So the better details you provide, the better the AI performs. For example, like if you have a task to generate a futuristic eco city image. Now if you will just say a city, you will get anything, like it can give any output, very generic. But if you will mention the specific details, like I want a vibrant eco city in 2100 with solar panels, scrapers, vertical gardens, holographic birds, and clean energy vehicles, 8K digital art style, this will give you detailed imaginative output. So that's the power of a good prompt, and we have discussed the practices a lot now. So we must be having an idea by now that why good prompts matters. Yeah. Now let us discuss that what should we avoid, what not to do while prompting, which can help us save a lot of time. First point is be vague. Tell me about history. Example, tell me about history. This is not how you should ask AI, because it is a too broad question. AI does not know what, when, or which region. You should always provide details, context, and more information about the question you are asking. Also, don't use plan or broken language like yo, give me the stuff about comp. AI does not understand that, and it also reduces clarity. It can be misinterpreted by AI. Also, don't forget the goal, like what you really want. If you write something cool, it will give you anything from any genre, right? So no clear output can result into like the result may not fetch to your intent. So this can happen. That is why we should always stick to our goal only and ask questions around that. Also, we should not overload a lot of questions in one prompt, like write code, make it responsive, also explain it, find bugs. It will get confused, and it will also not give you your desired output. It will start performing a lot of things and not do one thing with more precision. And as this point I have already explained earlier, that we should not repeat prompts with like no change, like didn't work, do it again. This will not help us. We should always refine our prompt like AI, because AI learns and structures. Repetition will not help. So yeah, these are some of the tips which I have already given earlier, and I think we are running out of time. So let's just start the demo. Yeah, I'll show you few examples I have already generated. Yeah, like yeah. In this question, first I asked Gemini, which is an LLM model, to write a resume. It did create a resume for me. It gave me all the headings. It gave me examples, also education. But is it curated for me? No. To curate it as per my needs, I'll have to give it context. Have to give it more instructions so that I can use it for my convenience, right? So again, I changed the prompt. I said, refine the prompt. I said, write a one-page resume for marketing graduate with 3 bullet points per role, and see the magic. It gave me exactly what I needed. It gave me the summary, education, the format which a marketing resume should be in, with 3 bullet points in each. Examples, also skills, also projects, example. So I can use it now. It is a one-page resume only. So that's that cool AI is. One more example, like this one. I created an image using AI, Gemini. I asked it to generate a minimalist logo for an eco-friendly coffee shop called Green Bean. Right now, I have provided minimal details. So this is the output I have got, and which is very nice. I really like it. It is very simple. I asked it to be minimalist. It is minimalist. It is looking a little bit eco-friendly, and green bean are also depicted in this. But now I am reiterating my prompt according to my use case. So I have changed the prompt to generate a minimalist logo for an eco-friendly shop called Green Bean. Use a cup coffee shape made of leaves. So see the output. It has actually made the coffee shape made of leaves. Yeah, and it's earthy green and brown colors. Exactly, it has matched my expectations. And no text, clean line, SVG style. It has created amazing result which I had in my mind. So see, that's the power. That's the superpower we have from AI. Not just from image generation, we can have video generations also. In fact, we can create PPTs with the help of AI. I have created this presentation. This is made completely with the help of AI. I have not written a single word. I have just gave it prompts that how much slides I want. Even if I want to change images, I can generate images also. How I did this? This is Google Slides only, and I have integrated an extension called slidesai.io here. I'll give this link later. You can add this in extensions. Here you can go. For example, I'll show you one example by doing it hands on also. That I have created a new presentation. Now I want to create a presentation. I have the prompt ready with me. Let me show you. Yeah, so I'll just copy this prompt. I have copied this entire prompt, and I'll paste it here. Yeah, so I'll go to extensions, then slide share, generate new slides. Just give me a minute. Yeah, generate new slides. So it's working on it. Yeah. What your presentation is about, I'll give it the whole context I have given, and I'll click on. Okay, I think I have already generated one PPT and it has reached limit. But yeah, I think I have explained it in a very nice way that with the help of just prompt, I have created this entire presentation, and you can do it too with the help of this extension called SlideShare. And one example I would like to give of a video generation also before wrapping up, that I gave a prompt that create a 15-second summer promo video for a beach resort. Include drone shots of palm trees and clear water, happy couples laughing at sunset, and text overlay your paradise awaits in elegant font. So it has created this. You can see the result. Awesome, it is right. It has replicated with just text to video generation with the help of Google VEO. So yeah, these tools are really helpful. I have also created this website with the help of just prompts. I asked it to create a macro measuring tool via the pictures I upload or the camera tool also. So the demo I'll show you how it checks. I have uploaded my dinner for today, and it will estimate. I think I have some network issue. Yeah, but yeah, it can be generated with the help of Firebase Studio. You can check it out, and I'll be sharing links also. Yeah, so these are few examples which I explained, like image generation. We have seen just now video generation and creating a PPT and prompt for websites. We just need to give. If we have an idea in mind, it does not. The skill set is not very required in the time of AI. We just have to be good at prompting, and our job is done. Then like few areas where Gen AI excels are like generating content, because it is specialized for that: text generation, image generation, video production. And we can use it in various application, chatbots, virtual assistants, search engines, in creating our day-to-day task also, which like as we have seen today, we takes in use every day. So yeah, that was it for today's presentation. I hope you all liked it. And if you guys want, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile is with name Ashmita Pandey. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ashmita. It was like an amazing presentation with some lovely demos up there. We also have Rishi from Coimbatore in the chat joining us, and Rishi says that he'll be using AI for his upcoming cafe startup inspired by your presentation. So that is something wonderful to know. We also
That's
have
true.
somebody. Just give me a moment. Actually, their actual names are different than their handles. So we have Pooja joining us from Goa. And Pooja says, how can it be used? Like, how can prompt engineering be used to give good scripts? Like, what kind of keywords should be used to get appropriate info exclusively? I think you can also add your thoughts. So, I'm not sure on what script that Pooja is expecting. But what I'm thinking is maybe if it's in script, I'm just taking an example. If it's in script related to a play, I think Pooja, help me correct it if I'm wrong. I think Pooja can just start by telling, here is the script for the play, like actual script, not just actual script, but the story. Pooja can just try sharing the lineup of the story, that this is the story. In the story, there are two folks. One is hardworking, other spends time on other activities and does not pay attention to studies. Just narrate a incident where a teacher is trying to explain the story to the kids and explain the importance of time and all those things. And now after giving those instructions, you can also give precise instructions about what you are expecting in the script. So you can tell that we want this particular play to be conversational. Come up in the conversational format. I don't want the play to be longer than 15 minutes. Craft the script accordingly. Uh, I want moments of fun into the play, so make sure there are enough jokes into the play. So these could be some of the other instructions that we could supply along with that prompt engineering thing. Do you also want to share your thoughts on that one?
Yes, ma'am, I totally agree with you. As I mentioned in the whole session, that how much information we add to our prompt, it will lead to like it will lead to better results. Like we can replicate what it is in our mind. So same is with the thing Pooja said, that if we provide more context and you share that, we will get better results.
Yeah, perfect, Ashmita. So I should say that was a fantastic presentation, or rather a promptastic presentation. And my conversations are definitely going to be much more smarter after this with AI. And thank you for those incredible insights. We also have a little token of our immense gratitude to present to you. That's a small gift from our side, but we can only do it at our next physical GDG Udaipur event, which is happening on 20th of May, where we are hosting a Google I/O watch party. Please try to join us there and we'll present your gift to you there. Thank you once again. And with that, I move to the next speaker. So, Charvi, I've added you to the stage. I request you to please turn your cameras on, and I've also added your presentation here. And all right, folks. So keep your questions coming. Keep them into the comment section. Let us know from which city you're joining. And if you've ever dreamt of hackathon glory, our next speaker is about to share the secret sauce with you. She has got the winning mindset and she's going to download it directly into your brains. Please welcome the one and only Charvi Bapna. Charvi is an AI ML intern at Webinix, and she's also a GDG on campus lead at Gitanjali Institute of Technical Studies, Udaipur. And she's seriously a hackathon champion with wins at Smart India Hackathon, I Start Ideathon, and runner up at MNIT. So she has done a couple of hackathons. And she has even published her own research paper, which is about cardiovascular disease prediction. And she's now diving into quantum computing. So this is like a powerhouse, and Charvi is here to give us an exclusive peek into hackathon hustle and inside the winner's mind. So get ready to be inspired by Charvi. Charvi, the floor is all yours. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Punita, for this wonderful introduction. And yeah, hi guys, my name is Charvi. So today we are talking about the hackathons, like how we can chase it, what are the things we need to keep in mind, what are the mistakes to avoid, how we can form the team, and each and everything from A to Z. I'll be telling you about the hackathons. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Charvi Bapna. I'm right now serving as the Google Developer Group's on campus lead in Gitanjali Institute of Technical Studies and working as an AIML intern in Webinix. And talking about hackathons, I have won the Smart India Hackathon, which is the national level hackathon. Also, the iStart Ideathon, the Rajasthan Incubation Center is there. So, that is for the iStart. And also the Amenity Hackathon. I'm the runner up there. So, these are the top three hackathons which I won. Others also have won, which I'll be telling you later on. And you can connect with me on LinkedIn here. Here is my QR code. You can scan it and then we can move forward. Okay, let's talk about the hackathons. Like, what are they? Because people generally don't know that what is a hackathon, and there is a difference between the hackathon and the ideathon. So, hackathon is something, for example, a company is facing any sort of problem and they are not able to get the solution. So, they ask us or they ask the people to for the solution for that particular problem. So, they organize the hackathons. They give the problem statement, the problem which they are facing, and they ask us the solutions, that what will be the the best solution which is efficient, which gives us the accuracy also, and which we can implement it. So this is what a hackathon is. And there are many type of hackathons, like the tech hackathons, non-tech, internal company hackathons, even the college level hackathons also. Like in our college, every year we have hackathons, the college level hackathons. So the last time only, it was like we having a very difficulty in the bus management, like students don't pay the bus fees and they are traveling here and there. So the main thing is that they are not paying the fees. So we have recently launched it, a bus management system, that the only students who have paid the fees, they only can travel it. Otherwise, students need to make the fake receipt and then they travel. So this is a college level hackathon, which was, the problem statement was there. We have internal company hackathons also, to solve a particular problem. So the whole team works for a problem and they get the solution. Now, there is a difference between the hackathon and the ideathon. Hackathon is where we implement the final product, and the ideathon is like, the we have the problem, but we are only giving the solution. We are not implementing it either in it in software or it in hardware. So this the basic difference between this. I hope this is very much clear to you and you won't get confused between a hackathon and an ideathon now. Now let's move forward at why one must participate in hackathon. First of all, it will give you a real world experience plus the networking opportunities. Like how we can do this whenever we are going for any of the hackathons, it is one of the most important thing that we meet new people, we meet new ideas, and when we interact with them, then this is the one thing that our minds also develop more faster. So this is the one thing. Secondly, if we win any of the hackathon, if we are going also for the like national level hackathons like Smart India Hackathon, so it will of course boost our resume. Like in my last interview which I gave for the one company, they just asked me that what was your project in your M&IT hackathon. So this is the very best thing that we can do it. Like thirdly, we can have prizes and internship opportunities also, because in hackathons we have a huge amount of prize, like 1 lakh 50,000, even 2 lakhs. And if we are having an international hackathon, then they are more than in 15 lakhs also. So this is really a very great thing. If you are a college student and you are participating in the hackathon, then it will boost everything and it will really help you in your future too. So this is the thing why we must participate in the hackathons. Now my hackathons journey, like I was in the first year and started with it. The first was my Sharda University hackathon. But yeah, we took the project, the whole team is here, you can see the photos. But we failed, and we had a great experience over there. Like many were the things which we didn't knew, we got to know the new things, like what were the mistakes we were doing. So we were able to do all the things. The first one was my Shada University. But yeah, we really learned a lot many things over there. So my second one was the I Start Ideathon, and we won the cash prize of 50,000 rupees. Like my whole team is there, and you can see the smiling faces, and it was really a wonderful one. Like when it was announced that we won the hackathon, so it was the amazing, like the happiness was on the top. So this was my first achievement when I was in my first year only, the I Start Ideathon. The next one was the MNIT Hackathon. We were the runner up at here, and we won the prize of 25,000 rupees. So again, my whole team, and you can see our smiling faces, like we were charming like anything. And this was the MNIT Hackathon. And the final one was the Smart India Hackathon, the national level hackathon, which each and every person in their college life, they really want to be the Smart India Hackathon. So this was my SIH 2023, and also SIH 2024. My team won the that hackathon too, but due to certain reasons, I was not there that time. And this hackathon was there at Manav Rachna University, Faridabad. So the experience and all the things were really cool. But the main thing is like how we did it, how we chased it, how the team formation was there. Now let's talk about it. Okay, yeah, many other hackathons, like I told you that uh, other hackathons also we won. So these are few of the pictures, like in the college also. And even we went Jaipur to Amity University, and many other universities too. So yeah, how to prepare for a hackathon? Like many things are there to be keep in mind. First one is to form a strong team, which I'll be telling you in detail in the next slide. The problem statement, which is really very important, we cannot choose any type of problem statement. Then the analyze the past hackathon ideas, which is really very important. The judging criteria we must know, because if we are not knowing the judging criteria, how they are judging us, so this is also we must keep in mind. And the roles, what a person must have a role. So let's talk about like how to form a strong team. Okay, so the one thing is to form a strong team is you must be not jealous with each other. A team must be a team, like a teamwork where we need to even agree also on other things, and even sometimes we need to tell them no, we are doing this wrong. So it must be a very diversified thing. Each and every person have their specific role. A person may be a coder, a person may be an any type of designer, a pitch person, a researcher, an IoT expert, a full stack expert. So my team example was this. We were the team of 5 people, and the main thing was I was the only girl, so I used to get the princess treatment every time. So I was the pitch person and used to handle the AIML part. The main thing was this. Second one was there who used to handle the IoT thing. Like he was the IoT expert in it, and each and every like the minute problem, he was the CSE person, like computer science person, and can handle the IoT part. So that's the best thing. And the third one is the UI UX and the full stack person, like who used to make the websites and the even the handling page and the thing. So our team must be something which is of different skill sets. Not we are having a team of all the 5 or the 6 person of having all the same skill set. Like one must be developing an application, one must be developing an website, one must be very much good at training the models, and of course the research and development part is very much important. So like in the last as Ashmita said that the prompt engineering is very important, so yeah, the research and development is very important thing. So one we have the prompt engineer also, who can go for the chat gpt or gemini and can search the great results. So this is the team how we can form it. And yeah, the coder is very important also. Like sometimes we just face many of the problems even in the iot part also. If we are using the arduino, then we need to code it. So the code we cannot just copy it from chat gpt or gemini and just paste it here. We need to use the mind also. So yeah, the coder is also very important, and the team must be something which is full of mind and of different skill sets. And the most important thing is the communication, which is really very important. Like I was the pitch person in my team, and I used to practice a lot. Even before the final presentation, I used to practice it for the 10 to 15 times, like saying it again and again how we can pitch it. So yeah, communication is the very important thing which we need to keep in mind. Now how to choose our problem statement. We have formed our team, but now we need to choose the problem statement. First of all, I'm taking the example of the smart india hackathon. Like 2024 we have about 153 problem statements, which was I think 60 or 70 were around the software part, and the rest were the hardware part. So how we can choose the problem statement? Like we need not have to jump over a single problem statement that okay, this id is there and we will be working on it. No, we need not do have to do that. What we have to do is, first we need to read all the problem statements which are having, because many companies, many government agencies are there, and basically in SIH the government sectors put their problem statements. Like most of the ministries put their problem statements in SIH. So we need to read one by one all the problem statements. Then what we need to do is pick up the real world problem. That is really very important. Like we cannot just pick any of the random problem statement and which is having the solutions also, because many problems are there which are having the solutions though, but we need to pick something that is really very unique. So we are picking up the real problem statements, which is the problem which everyone is facing. Like we are facing, you are facing, everyone is facing. We need to choose some sort of problem statement. In my SIH we took to manage how we can manage and the electricity consumption. So electricity consumption is everywhere in large industries also. So the we just took in such a manner that it can be helpful not in India but overall the whole world. Then third thing is look for the innovation scope. So the problem which we are choosing, it must be something that its current solution is there, but it is inefficient. It is very much costly also, like not a normal person can buy it. So we must look for something we can create a very much innovative solution for it. And the cost must be very less. The cost is the thing where we can play the whole game. I'll tell you in the next slide that how we can do this. And then validate with the feasibility check. This is really very important because SIH, if I talk about SIH, the hardware part is of 5 days and the software part is of 3 days. And the other hackathons, they are 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours maximum. So we must develop something which we can do in that particular time, because the extended time is not allowed. So it must be something like which we can do in the particular time slot, because if we are running out of the time, then it will affect our team only and our marks only. So yeah, these are the four things which we need to keep in mind for choosing the problem statement, which is really very important. Now next we have is like how we can win a hackathon. First we have chose a problem statement. That is really very important. Now we need to make a project which includes both hardware and the software part. Like I'll tell you how we can do that. First of all, try to pick the solutions which the problem is having for the hardware thing. Like we have got the electrical consumption thing, so we didn't just make the hardware, but we made the software too. And that was the thing which led us to win that hackathon. Like how we did that: first of all, we chose the problem statement, like this was the one which is pertaining all over the world. Secondly, we just tried to make the things that what are the hardware part we can do it. So we just nothing, we just installed the hardware part, and that was really very simple. And in today's world, we have the world of cloud computing everywhere. So what we did is we just took the IoT sensors and got the data fetched in our Firebase. That's the cloud computing we are using. So this is the very important thing. Now the data which is being fetched, we are showing it on our website and on our application. So we have made the software solution also in the hardware part. And this is the key to win the hackathon. We chose the hardware problem and we implemented the software too. So that was the one thing. Always try to make the software and the hardware project both, whether you are choosing a software problem or you are choosing a hardware problem. Like we all are tech persons, so we often go for the software part. But the thing is, if we are going for the hardware part and implementing the software, that makes us really very cool. So all our data was there on our website and on our application also. And we have trained it in such a manner that the previous data was there which we took from the other industries. Like we got the survey of the electrical consumption in the other industries like Pacific industry. We went there, we got the data from there that how much consumption they are having. So we trained our model according to it. And the our website is showing that right now you are using this much, and if in the next 15 days if you will using a particular amount, then it will be costing you very much. So the model is also being trained, we have using the website also, we have using the application also. Each and everything was covered. So always try to make such type of solution. Third thing was divide the work among all the team members. As I've already mentioned, that the team formation is really very important. So team must be diversified, they must have a different type of skill sets. But the one thing which you need to keep in mind is, if you are having a team of 5 people or if you are having a team of 6 people, all the 6 person must know that what the other person is doing. My example only, in my SIH 2023, I was the pitch person and I was giving the presentation. But what happened was the judge just stopped me, and the person who was standing my beside, they asked to just start from where I stopped. So each and every person in the group must know that how we can proceeding or how we can do all the things, because this was the thing which we knew earlier and this helped us in our SIH. Fourth thing, do the survey. The survey which I've told that we went for the Pacific industries and do the survey there. And even also in other projects also, like in the MNIT which we took, there also did the survey. So the survey is the thing which really gives us the bonus marks. We can show them the pictures that sir or ma'am we went there and we have done the survey there. So this is very important thing which we can do. Fifth is do multiple testings. Very much important to have multiple testings of our project, because like my experience is there, we were not able to show the final result when the judge came. We have checked it before 15 times and it was working, but the 16th time when the judge came, it was not working, our model was not working. So that was the less point. Like in one of the hackathon it happened, so we were very much like sad about it that it was working and now it is not working. So try to do the multiple testings again and again, and we can then go for the best part. And finally, do your pitching. I've already told you that the pitch person must practice it again and again to make your pitch the best one. My SIH example only, like in SIH, it was a 5 days hackathon, like because we were there in the hardware part. So in 5 days, it happens like the first, third, and the fifth day is the evaluation part, and the second one and the second one and the fourth one we have the mentoring session. The mentoring session is taken by the same people who are judging, and in the first, third, and fifth, they were the evaluators, they were the judge person. So in the first day, we just told them that we have made this much project. And yeah, one more thing I want to add here is, if you have made all the, like everything, if I'm making the application also, if I'm making the website also, don't show it on the very first day, because this is the thing which you need to keep it hide and then show them again. Because what happens is, whenever you are going for the hackathon and the person who is judging you, they will give you a task that whenever we are coming for the next time, we want you to implement this much thing. So if you are make all the things, don't show them on the very first day, on the very first time. Just tell them that this is the trick to, win anything, or get the bonus marks. For example, on the very first day, I have shown my project, so this much work we have done today. Now they will ask us that what you can do more, or they will tell by themselves only that can you make the website for it, can you make the landing page for it, or can you implement it in a of the application. So they will tell us, or we will try to make them ask us that we can do all the things. So this is the bonus point, that we have already made our website, we have already made our application, but we are not showing them on the very first day. On the second day, when they will come for the mentoring session, they will not judge there, they will tell us, okay, these are the things you can do, because we can face many problems there. We are also the college students only and not have much mind, and those judge people are, they are very very educated and very qualified people. So they will tell us that what we can do and what we cannot do. So on the very second day when they are coming, we just need to have them like, okay, you can do all such things, but we know that we have already done it. We cannot, just say them, so we have already made it, because if we will tell them already, then they will tell us that, okay, implement something more. So always just keep this thing in mind, that do not show each and everything on the very first day. So yeah, I was talking about the final pitching. So final pitching is the must, like everyone will listen it, not only just the judges, or not only just us, the people who are standing beside us, but the voice must be something that everyone must listen to it, and they must be like, wow, what a pitch it was. Like this was happened in my SIH. On the first 4 days, we were like only telling the judges, but when it was the final evaluation, the third final evaluation round, I was the pitch person, and it was a like a big hall, and my voice was too much that each and every person, I took the attention, and everyone was listening to me. So your pitch must be like the best thing, the master of all the your project, and must practice it many times. A complete process which I told you. Now there are few tips also for winning any type of hackathon. So first one is, keep the solution simple, impactful, and well presented. Very important thing we must keep in mind, because many things times are there that we just make the solutions very complicated, and even the judge is not able to understand. Whenever the judges are coming, you must be first of all very much polite to them, answer with very much in confidence, and be humble, because they are the person who knows much more than us. So yeah, the solution must be simple. But whenever you are pitching any of the thing, the first thing is, the person who is listening us, they must understand the problem solution first, because many times it happens that people really don't understand our problem solution, and sorry, the problem statement, and we are directly jumping on to the solution. No, what we have to do first is, we need to make understand the people that, sir, this is our problem statement, and this is the problem which everyone is facing. Try to show them the figures, try to show them the news, that this was happened in 2012 13 this much, and these were the people who were impacted from it. So from this they will able to understand your problem statement, because many time it happens that they don't understand the problem statement. First thing you must do is this thing. Secondly, then go for the current solutions which are already there, and try to make a chart or something where you can show them the difference, that here the cost is very much high, here the efficiency is not there, here the accuracy is not there. So these are the things you must keep in mind. Then thirdly, that go for your proposed solution, because every time we get a proper format, then how we can jump over our presentation. They always give a format. At first go for your state problem statement, then go for the current solution, then go for the proposed solution, then the other business ideas, the pros and cons having of your solution. The format is being always given from the hackathon people only. So the structure must be like that only. I'm basically talking about the SIS because that is the main thing. If you have cracked the SIS, then you can get crack any of the hackathon. Yeah, keep it simple, impactful. The first point is very much clear. The next point is good UI UX matters. Of course it really matters, because if we keep very dull colors, if we are using that is not eye catchy. So this is really a very important issue we have. So UI UX is the thing which gains the attention. This is really very important. Third we have is have a killer pitch and show them a live working prototype. Also, yeah, very important thing, as I've told you, the killer pitch must be there. In the last slide I've told you. And yeah, show them the live working prototype. I've already mentioned, do your testings multiple times and then only show them the final one. Do it again and again, then only you can ace it. Fourth one is use the blender or the 3D video prototype. This is like something, the best thing which we always used, and we won the hackathon because other people didn't knew about it. Blender is something, the 3D presentation we have. So what we did was there, our project was there, and like how it worked, how its functionalities are there, everything we showed in a 3D video presentation. So after our pitching, we just said, sir, we have made a 3D video of our prototype. So that 3D video gives the more clear vision to the judge person, that okay, they are doing this thing, and with the presentation they were able to decide that okay, this is the final thing which they will do. A very bonus point you must use every time, the 3D video is the best thing, because the judge is able to understand complete, and they also even think it that okay, they have made something unique out of the all other persons we are having. So the 3D video is the star point which you can use. Then fifth is unique brochures we should use. Yeah, like the brochures we have normally, we can give the judges and tell them, sir, this is our work. The brochures must be something which includes your team, which includes your problem statement, your solution, your team logo, and the basic things must be there. But that brochure, when you will give to the judge person, they will see, okay, they have made something unique, and that also gives you a bonus point for it. So the 3D video and the unique brochures are there. Next, prepare all type of questions that may rise. This is really very important. Like always try to ask your friends, ask your teammates that what are the possible questions that the person who is judging us will ask. Like this was the thing when in Sharda University, when we went and we took the project, it was of light consumption, something of the street lights that we are having. So one of the person asked us that what is the difference between the two light poles, and we were blank, we didn't knew what it was. So we just had googled it, and okay, it is 20 feet sometimes, it is 30 feet sometimes, and this was the thing. And you wouldn't believe, the same question was asked by the judge, that if two poles are there, then how much is the distance. because we have implemented something camera over there and all other things also. But yeah, if you will ask the questions, then you will able to know each and everything. And always like one more thing I want to add here is, if you are going for any of the hackathon, don't post it anywhere, your problem or your solution, on either on LinkedIn, either on any of the other platforms. Like, don't post it, because this happened with us when we were preparing for the SIH. I just randomly went on the YouTube and searched for our PSID 1493, that 1493, and it gave all the solutions of all the other team members, and we were able to see it. So always try to, if you're posting on YouTube also, your solution keep it on a private mode. And if you are doing this, then this is the best one. Don't post it anywhere until and unless you win it, or you lose it. But don't post it anywhere, because this will harm you only. And finally, answer with confidence and be humble. Yeah, this is the very important thing, because the judge is very much, I've already told you that they are really very much intelligent. So a polite answers will really help us. Like, if they said us something on regarding our project and we don't know about it, or we are wrong at it, just simply say, sir, this is our fault, we will take this as a shortcoming. And these are really very very simple words that you need to say, and they will think that okay, they are listening to us, because they really want us to listen them what they are saying, right? So just simply, sir, this is our shortcoming, we will take care of it. The very very simple and the polite line you may say. So these are the tips for winning a hackathon. And the common mistakes to avoid is, practice your pitch again and again. I've already told you that is the very most important thing. Prototype errors, yes, test multiple times. Don't be arrogant to judges. Listen what they say. A very important one. I've already told you this thing, that we must be very much polite with them. Then we have the time management, yes, because we have a limited time only, so we need to do each and everything in that particular time, so time management must be there. And miscommunication between team members, this is the important thing, because of course we are having a team, we must have we can have the conflicts between the team, and it often happens that if we are working in a team, of course conflicts happens. So this is the thing which we must keep in mind, that each and every person must know whatever they are doing, and the miscommunication is something which leads to downfall. So you must keep in mind that you must be polite with each and everyone, and agree and not agree, be in a respectful manner. If you're working in a team, that is only the teamwork which we can show over there. Okay, one more thing I got in mind is, whenever you are pitching any of your prototype or something, or anything, like, if I am speaking something and for example I spoke something wrong, if I need to say 340 or if I just said 350, the next person who is standing beside me, he or she must not be interrupt. No, no, it was 340. Just don't do it. Otherwise, if you'll do it, the person who is pitching, he will lose the confidence, and the judge will be like, they that the team members don't know the proper figures and how they are saying this thing. So if we have said something wrong also, just just digest it, and it's like okay, it's like no worries for it. So this is also the one thing you must keep in mind while pitching all the things. So miscommunication is something which leads to downfall. So yeah, these are the common mistakes to avoid, and this is really very important to keep in mind. And yeah, this is all about hackathons, like how we can do it, how we can chase it. And really, if you have any of the doubts, you can ask me in the chat box, and I'm ready to give you the answers. And if you really need something more guidance, you can connect me on LinkedIn. I have showed my QR code at the starting only. So yeah, this is all about me, and thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, Darvi. That was like truly an inspiring presentation. We have two questions in the chat. One is from Jinesh, and Jinesh says how to find the correct idea for the hackathon. If you would want to throw some thoughts around this one.
Yeah. So the correct idea is you need to go and search here and there again and again. You need to read the research papers because many research papers are there on your particular problem. So try to read the research papers because we have also done the same thing. And whenever you are getting the solution from that, because each and research paper have their implementation part also, so you can go for it and just do it like in something, gather all the things and making a simple and solution for it. So yeah, the researching is very important. Like R&D is the one of the most thing a person must be there to have it.
Yeah, I would also like to add my two bits about how I end up looking out for ideas, maybe for hackathons or pet projects. So, what I often do is I keep a notebook with me and I call this an idea book. I prefer using sometimes Ashtana dashboards for jotting down these ideas, and at other times, what I prefer doing is keeping a drawing sheet book with me. And what I do is, whenever I come across any problem statements throughout the day, I would like to give you a few examples. This could be very small examples. For example, you just came out of an event and you were with a group of 8, 9 people, and you had some spare 1 or 2 hours in mind. You were in a big city and you just wanted to go out and enjoy where everybody's interest matches. But what happens is, this actually happened with me. I came out of the venue, all of us wanted to go die heartedly, but where to go was our next question. And we wanted to go to the most feasible and enjoyable location. But options keep coming in from different directions. People agreed, disagreed. We didn't had a way to reach to the location directly. A lot of those things happened, and eventually, after a discussion of half an hour, 2 people dropped in, then one more person dropped in, then finally, each one of us realized that we're by our own selves, kind of. Now, when that experience happened, it was a frustrating thing for me as well, because I spent half an hour to make something possible and it didn't happen, right? But the best thing that you can do whenever you come across those moments is come back at home in the night time, take out your notebook, write down all those experiences there, and then try to think about ways in which you can solve that problem for future, so that somebody else can have an enjoyable time after attending a technical event and can go to wonderful and beautiful places. So this is my strategy often. I feel that you should always be passionate about the ideas that you want to solve, and that only comes when you have a cause associated to it, you have your personal interest associated to it. So that is my take on this one. And I also have a video on YouTube at my channel Impact Motivation, which is about idea books thing that I'm talking about. I'll drop the link in the comment section, and Jinesh, feel free to go and visit there. There's another question that we have. This one is, if you get a chance to participate again, Charvi, like despite all the attempts that you've made in participating at a lot of hackathons, what would you do differently this time?
So for the same problem or for the different problem? Okay, I just tell for the both the things. Like if I get a chance to go for the same problem, of course I'll try to implement something. And because many of the times we have said something or we have implemented something, but after some time we get to know that we would have done this much thing also. So that also part I'll try to implement it in my solution if I again got the chance. And for the same problem, and if I got the different problem, for sure I'll gather all the things, like do from the scratch all the things and make a fantastic solution for it. And for sure, yeah, if I won the SIH again, I'll participate in the SIH and will try to win it.
Yeah. Thanks, Disha, for the question. That question itself is truly inspiring, and I personally believe that the question comes from a growth oriented mindset. And it's really important to have a growth oriented mindset in life. Whether you end up winning the hackathon, you don't end up winning the hackathon. You should always attempt to participate in a hackathon from a growth oriented perspective. So, even if somebody has participated into 99 hackathons before and you are going for that 100th hackathon, you should always try to be little bit better than what you did in the previous attempt. It could be in terms of your presentation delivery, idea selection, team formation. We always think that we could have done this bit, we could have done that bit, we could have added a little bit more suspense during the initial presentation. So that is it. Like, it's about growth mindset, and keep having that growth oriented mindset, keep asking those amazing questions. And with that, Charvi, we are towards the end of it. That was like a truly rewarding presentation. The presentation has inspired me to participate into more hackathons. And thank you for sharing your winning strategies. And we have a little token of our immense gratitude waiting for you. We will be delighted to present to you at our next physical event, which will take place on 20th May, where we are hosting a Google I/O watch party. So I'll see you there. Thank you so much.
No, ma'am. Thank you, Panita. Bye.
Bye bye. Up next, we have Tanishk with us. So now we are moving to our final presentation, and this is going to be a sweet treat of the session. If you thought building smart tech was expensive, think again, because our next speaker is going to show you how to create magic for less than 1,000 bucks. So Tanishk is a true enthusiast in robotics, IoT, and embedded system, and a student coordinator at the Club of Robotics and Electronics, College of Technology and Engineering, Udaipur. He's passionate about making technology accessible, and today is going to blow your minds with real-time IoT control with ESP32, one sensor, two switches, and Firebase for under 1,000 rupees. So prepare for this session, attend this, and Tanish, the virtual workbench is all yours. Go ahead and present your session. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Punita, for the introduction. So, hello, my name is Anish Pariwala, and I'm gonna start the presentation. So, it's about real-time IoT control with ESP32. Start it. So, let's take ESP32. What is ESP32? ESP32 is a type of microcontroller. Now, the question may arise about what is a microcontroller. A microcontroller is as you can see, a small computer on a single chip. It's kind of like, if you can see in the first slide, there is a small electronic device in the slide. This is what an ESP32 looks like. It has if you can see on the bottom, there are some pins hanging out. So using these pins, you can attach various sensors, various switches, etc. to the board to control it. So it's a small computer on a chip. So it has two cores, it is a processor, memory, and input-output pins for connection. So the main thing I want to discuss about ESP32, that it has a power, it includes Wi-Fi and Bluetooth inbuilt. Many of you may have heard or worked with Arduino Uno, Arduino boards. So it is similar to the Arduino. The main difference being it is much more powerful. It has much more input and I/O, input and output, and more mainly the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Okay. Again, what is ESP32? It has built in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It has two cores, so dual core processor. I guess the slide must have been messed up in the upload. It supports multitasking and real-time data processing for complex tasks. It has two cores. So in Arduino, what happens is we can run only one thing at a time. Whereas in ESP32, we can have the two things running simultaneously, two tasks running simultaneously on the same. It has managed GPIO pin. GPIO standing for General Purpose Input and Output. So yeah, the these pins are used for just input and output in the sense we can connect multiple devices into the ESP32 using these pins. So for the communication, it can be sensors, it can be distance measurement sensors, it can be temperature, humidity measurement sensors, or it can be simple switches to turn on or off appliances. It can be LEDs, etc. You can connect many other things to it. And one of the most great things, it is affordable. It is affordable, costs around $5 to $10. That is exactly, I purchased it around 550 rupees. ₹550 में आ जाता है ये, but it is cheap. And as it has Wi-Fi connection, it has a Bluetooth connection. You can directly use Firebase or MQTT or any other MQTT protocol. Firebase is a service that is different. You can connect Firebase using MQTT for the cloud integration. Okay. So, in the project I'll be making, I'll be explaining. I'm gonna use one sensor and two switches. So the sensor will be using DHT11. DHT11 is also readily available in the market, uh, temperature and humidity sensor. So what happens is, uh, so you can see in the image, there are three pins also coming out of the DHT11. So two of them are plus to power the sensor. One of the pin is a pin through the sensor outputs the data. So there are some technical specifications written. It has the range of 0 degree to 50 degrees Celsius temperature. Being a sensor, it provides real-time data of the surroundings. So 0 to 50 degrees Celsius has it's the temperature range, which plus or minus 2 degree accuracy. So it's not accurate being not not a in a prototype sensor. It's not very accurate, but still in hobby projects or in learning, it's good. Humidity range is 80% to 20% to 80%. Lower being 20% humidity and higher being 80% humidity with a plus minus 5% accuracy. So being not being too accurate, it is a good sensor. It is readily available, so I am using it. And it outputs digital signal which can be read by our microcontroller. The microcontroller, the ESP32 here, is the brain of our system. That means it connects to all the peripherals or all the sensors or switches, and it is the brain that connect to our Wi-Fi, and using the Wi-Fi, the internet it connects to Firebase for the data fetching and updating. So now what's the delay? So the two switches I have written in the title. The two switches are this is a relay. You can see that it's a two relay module. So each these blue box over here, each of this is a single switch. So in total we have two switches. So what a relay does, uh, it can be controlled by low voltage as ESP or any microcontroller that we use. It works on low voltage like 5 volts or 3.3 volts. That is very low. And using these blue terminals or the you can see in the far end there are some blue stripes. So using these connectors you can connect it directly to the AC mains coming from your wall outlet to control the lights and all. So, uh, so in this project, the relay controls switch. Okay, there is another mistake from my end on the PPT. I'm sorry. Switch one and switch two. It isolates the microcontroller from the high voltage, producing low voltage circuitry. Okay. It has a coil. Okay, so relay works using a coil. As you all know, if you remember the physics 11th or 12th class physics, whenever we apply voltage across a coil, it acts as a magnet. So it uses that principle. So interfacing DST11 and relay with the ESP32. I'll show you the video of the working project in the end. So okay, DST11 interfacing. We have data pin connected to the pin 4 on ESP32, and the relay, both the relays, light 1 and light 2, are connected to the pin 12 and pin 13. I'll show you the code afterwards. The DST11 needs a 10 kilo ohm pull-up resistor. Okay, so there is some electronics going on. So if you are not understanding the electronics part, it's okay. You can contact me afterwards. And VCC and ground are to power the ESP32 only. Okay. So what is Firebase? Many of you know it's a Google platform that is a backend as a service. So backend में आपको it provides the database, it provides the cloud, etc. You don't need to set up your own cloud if you are using Firebase backend as a service, ready to use backend features for building web and mobile applications without managing the services yourself, servers yourself. So Google have hosted servers for us, and using Firebase, we can directly access them and use it in our projects. Okay. So Firebase provides us with two types of databases. Databases are just containers in the cloud that you can use to store data on the cloud, not on our machine in the cloud in somewhere else that is readily available on the internet. So it gives us real-time database and it also gives us the cloud file store. But in our case, with the ESP32 based controlling, we are using real-time database. Why? Fast and real-time IoT sync. So being real-time, we need on any Internet of Things application, we need real-time data. That is, the data should be real-time. That is in the fetch and it should be returned and it should be read from the database in real time. There should not be delay. So that is why also the real-time database is based on JSON, so it makes us easy. JSON makes it easy for us to read the data and it's easy for us to code in the ESP32 as it uses C++. It is ideal for instant updates and it's easy and quicker to set up. So what real-time database does is as soon as the data gets changes, it notifies to all the uh, peripherals or all the devices connected to it, all the readings from it. Okay. So I'm quickly discussing the real-time database structure for this project. I'll show you the database afterwards. As the PPT says, the Firebase real-time database store all the processes based on tree, allowing for seamless real-time synchronization. Okay. For the structure, we have an IoT control node and an IoT control node. The IoT control node has two sub-nodes, one for the sensor and one for the switches. In the switches object, there are switch one, switch two. These two are booleans. Booleans mean it accepts two values, either true or false. So true means on and false mean off for our ESP. So switch one and switch two are the further controlling the relay. And to get the temperature from the sensor and show it on the cloud. And I'll also have created a web app that I'll show afterwards. So in the web app, we have the temperature and humidity. So you will see these two are floating point numbers. So floating points for the decimal places represent the ambient temperature and the current humidity level that is recorded by the TSC sensor. In our code, what I have done is the temperature and humidity is being read every 10 seconds and being uploaded to the cloud. And I have also used the Firebase authentication for the ESP32 so that why authentication is needed? It is needed so that not everyone can read the data on the cloud. Only the authorized personnel who have been registered with the cloud can uh, read it. Firebase requires authentication to secure the database. So that's it. So to secure the database, so मतलब कि to authenticate the ESP32, to authorize the ESP32, the ESP32 needs to be authenticated. Firebase will not give data to anyone who tries to connect it. It will only give the data to the person or to the device that have the correct credentials or the correct API keys for it. ESP32, we are using the Firebase ESP client.h library. Also, one point, ESP32 is completely programmed by standard C, embedded C language. So we are using the Firebase ESP client library and it easy API key based authentication. We just need to copy the API key and the project ID into the code and it authenticates for our data connection. And I also created a secret.h file separately from the main code that stores all the uh, API keys for the Firebase and also the SSID and password for our home Wi-Fi. And okay, the calling Firebase.begin function, we are using a Firebase.begin function in setup. It starts the authentication process, managing the connection automatically. As soon as the Wi-Fi gets connected, the Firebase got begin with the config and the auth. So and config and ampersand for auth. These are two pointers that are pointing to the variables that are storing the config data and the authorization data. So the Firebase begin function automatically sends it to the Firebase for the begin authorization, and it gives back the auth file. ESP32 we don't have a user login as the API key gives the device permission. You just need to copy the API key. Or authentication secure ठीक है. Keeping authentication secure is vital to our data loss and on device availability projects. If the ESP somehow fails to authenticate, it will directly give us an error. Okay, so okay, a quick tour about the ESP32 Firebase setup. The ck.h file store our Wi-Fi credential like SSID password and the Firebase detail that is the API key to identify our project, and it is included in the main.ini file or in the main.cpp file that we are using, and it prevents exposure. Also, one more thing, the whenever you're writing code for the microcontroller like an ESP32 or an Arduino, mostly it is written by the Arduino IDE software. So Arduino IDE has the default extension for the file that like main.ino, like in C++ .cpp file for Flutter projects or Dart project that .dart file. So for the Arduino projects or Arduino sketches, they are said we have main.ino file. Connection setup, there are simple functions. Wi-Fi.begin, and we give the SSID and password that we are fetching from the secret threads file. It calls some functions, it calls some internal functions, and then turns on the Wi-Fi connection using the SSID and password that we given. The Firebase config object considers the API key in the database URL. Firebase.begin initialize the Firebase. And Firebase or Reconnect Wi-Fi true enable automatic Wi-Fi reconnection. So in case the Wi-Fi gets disconnected or there is some power failure which causes the ESP or the Wi-Fi to restart, the code our code what was it like lots of words, I'm sorry. Our codes our code ensure that the Wi-Fi gets reconnected as soon as the Wi-Fi is available again, and ensure reliable communication with Firebase. Okay. So the two functions that we need to use in the ESP code are the first is the get bool async and the set float async. So get bool async is to get the two boolean that we talked about, the switch one and the switch two from the ESP, and it is a async means it's an asynchronous function. So the function get called whenever the function get executed whenever there is a change in the data. So it get on or off state from the switches from the Firebase to control the escalator to relay. Decide if again, so I'm sorry for the typo, the light one or light two should be on or off based on the value in the Firebase. It allows real-time control, keep the mobile app or web commands and the device okay. So mostly the get boolean sync function gets the or fetches the boolean from the Firebase. Like what is the current value of the boolean? If it is true, the ESP will give the signal to the relay to turn it on, and if it is not true, if it is false, it will tell the relay to keep the lights turned off. And there's a syntax, the Firebase.rtdb. RTDB is the Firebase object we have created in the code. I'll show you the code afterwards. RTDB is for the real-time database. Get bool async, and there are some ampersand FBDO is the Firebase data object which creates the auth token, authorization token it contains, and it contains the path. And so then we can get the path, IoT control, relay, switch one. So IoT control node, then the relay, and then okay, get the switch one state. And the Firebase data object it manages with. Oh, I'm sorry that my camera just got disconnected. Let me fix that. Let me fix my camera quick. Okay, I was using my phone camera. I'm sorry, just my phone overheated. Am I visible on the screen, Punita?
Yes, Tanisha, perfectly visible. Go ahead.
Okay, let me continue. Okay, so FPGO is a Firebase data object that manages communication with the Firebase path, the location of the field state in the Firebase data database. Okay, and it is an asynchronous call. The ESP32 can do other tasks while waiting for the data. The task, if the data is not there on the for this switches, there is no halt in the other code if you are have other sensors or other data. Okay. After receiving the data, the delay state is updated accordingly. And it's a non-blocking call, so it does not block the entire code flow. It just wait for the data state to get changed. Okay, so set float async. The BSC11 sensor that we discussed were used for our uh, that I'm sorry, used for fetching the real-time humidity and the temperature of our surrounding. It gives the data as a boolean in the decimal point form notation. So sorry, not boolean, in the float. I'm sorry. In a decimal point notation, the float. So set float asynchronous. So it asynchronously set the floating point number in the Firebase real-time database. So we have n% FBDO that is the same our Firebase data object, the path and the value. Path in the center, the node where we need to update the value and the value. It uses a video object to send floating point values, and it confirms the success asynchronously for efficient sensor data uploading. So yeah, another thing, whenever there is any data communication with any of the cloud, there is request and there is response. So our the Firebase ESP client library we are using, it asynchronously handles both the request and the response in our code. Okay. And then we have the callbacks. FBD.error, FBD Firebase.ready. These are callbacks. They return a text message explaining if the file. So FBD.error callback we have error reason. It is a function that fetches the error whatever error happened, and it gives us the error in the debugging window if there is a failure. And the Firebase.ready function ensures that a connection is active before performing database operation. And it also automatically reconnect Wi-Fi. Okay. So, okay, the PPT is done. I'll share my screen to show the code and then I'll have a video that shows the system working. Uh, Nija, I have shared my screen. Uh, removing the PPT from stage. Can you add my screen share to the stage?
Is it good
Thank you.
now? Yeah.
Yes, it is good. So in the top of the main.cpp file or main.ino file, I'm using VS Code. We have the library include Arduino.h, Wi-Fi.h. Wi-Fi.h is for the Wi-Fi control in the ESP. Firebase ESP client uh, is a library you are using for the connect communication with Firebase. DHD.h. It is a library that controls the connection with the our BSD11 temperature sensor, and it also has a secrets.h file that I have here. I cannot show it as it contains any personally identifiable information about my Wi-Fi access ID and API keys. I will share. You can contact me on my mail. Punita will, or I'll share in the chat. I'll make a PDF cookbooks on both the. I've also created a web app, so I'll on the web app and the ESP code. If you want to create it for yourself, you can do it. And okay, in these lines we have. Sorry, here we have created all the pin configuration. The DST11 on pin 4, the switch on 16 and 18 of DSP32, and we have told our codes what sensor you are using. The DST11 जैसे DST12 भी आता है. So we could have used that, but we are using 11 sensor, and we are making the Firebase data auth and config objects. Firebase data, Firebase auth, and Firebase configuration. And here we are setting the path to the database nodes. Which one path, which two path, temperature path and humidity path. Okay, this is an init Wi-Fi function. It ensures that the ESP is connected to the Wi-Fi and the internet first before connecting to the Firebase. This is our setup function. In an Arduino or an ESP code, what the setup function does is the setup function runs when the system is turned on. So the setup function ensure that uh, all the constraints and all the variables are set accordingly for the system to work. So we have the DSO.begin begins a DSO sensor. We need to initialize the pins using the pin mode function. We need to tell that this number of pin is output or input on the ESP. The init55 for the initialization, and then we are assigning variables of the API key, user email or email that is fetched from the secret.h file, the Firebase function. Okay, so here we have the Firebase.reconnect, fpg.set response, etc. You will get all the detailed analysis of the code in the codebook, and we are debug. The serial.print is for the debugging. So it prints in the debug window about the data with paths, the switch one, the switch two, the temperature, and the humidity. Okay, so here we have the loop function. What loop function does is the loop function, as we can say, it runs repeatedly in the entire lifetime of our device. As long as the device remains turned on, the loop function gets again and again. Uh, it gets again and executed. So it checks if the Firebase ready, and then here I have okay. I let's skip all these. The okay. So here we have the firebase.rtdb.set float. So if we are calling it inside directly inside an if statement, so as that function remains a boolean, so the set float is happening here, and if the operation is successful, it will return true, and our debug window will be get the temperature sent successfully. Else it will be just fail to send temperature. Same for the set float humidity. The temperature and humidity are both the different floating point variables. Firebase or real-time database dot set float. The FP2 is the Firebase data object. HVM path dot cstring is the humidity path, and dot serial node of str is because we need to typecast the string into the string. There are two types of string used, and then the humidity, the value that needs to be updated. And if I go up, we'll find the okay. So Firebase or RTD get bool, switch two and switch one. This one and this one, these two are for the two switches. Get a bool. The switch path to get the boolean and the data object. So it also says if the data type is boolean and if the data is being fetched correctly. So it updates with not ban updated. And the digital write function, it says the relay low or high or on or off according to the boolean that we have fetched. This is the inline function, which is okay. So enough about the code. I am gonna show you the video now. I'm, uh, I'm stopping the screen presentation for a moment to get the video on the screen, and then I'll return on the screen sharing. Mm, yeah. Okay, is the video? I shared my screen. Punita, can you watch it? Okay. Is the video visible? Okay, so let me play it. On the right hand, you can see the Flutter web app I have created. On the left hand side here, up here is my real-time database. As the IoT control node, it has two other node, the sensor node and the switches. And inside we have the two floats, humidity and temperature, and switch two booleans. And here you can see this the ESP32 in the bottom left. This blue box, if it's clearly visible or not, is the DHT11, the temperature and humidity sensor, and this right here are my relay. This connected to this light right here, and this one is connected to this LED strip right here. So as soon as the trigger select pick, you can see. So as soon as I switch the turn the switches, you can see. Okay, I've written fan everywhere, but I was not able to find a fan while setting up the video, while recording the video. So as you saw in the video, as soon as the switches got clicked in the web app, the temperature and the switches value in the boolean changed, which triggered the relay to turn on off the lighting. And if you wait, humidity, which is currently 58, will be changed by the ESP. As you can see, as soon as the humidity was changed by the ESP, it was sent by the ESP. Our app also uh, updated the change. Again, it went to 58. So it was a okay. So it was a short and sweet demonstration about how to create this type of project with the ESP32 and all. Any questions?
Okay. That was like a lovely presentation, Tanish. If folks have
Thank
more
you.
questions,
Thank you,
they'll
Bhumika.
post us and we'll, connect them to you. And this was like an absolutely sensational session, and who knew so much
Thank you
power
so
could be
much.
harnessed for so little. And I'm personally so inspired by this session that all of my projects that I once started into IoT and then did not carry them forward, I just
Okay.
want to go back and try all of those once again. So thank you for showing us incredible possibilities
Sure,
of
sure.
IoT, and we have a little token of our immense gratitude waiting for you. We'll be delighted to present you your gift at our next physical event of GDG Udaipur, which is
Okay.
on 20th May,
Okay.
where we are hosting Google I/O Watch Party. Do join us
Okay.
there. And for the
Sure,
folks
sure.
in the chat section, I want to tell you that the registration link for Google I/O Watch Party happening on 20th May 2025 is open. Go and register for the same, and do join us at the watch party. And just like that, our very first brown bag session comes to an end. I hope you found today's talk as enriching and inspiring as I have. And a huge heartfelt thank you to our phenomenal speakers, Ashmita, Charvi, and Tanishk, for sharing their knowledge and making this session a truly memorable one. Thank you to everyone who joined us live on YouTube. Your presence make these sessions possible. And remember, brown bag session series are just starting. So there's a link in the description section. If you're a first time speaker or a new speaker and want to participate into our upcoming brown bag sessions, feel free to fill the speaker interest form mentioned in the description section. And keep an eye on our GDG Udaipur channel for more updates. Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep being awesome. This is your host signing off. Have a fantastic day.